Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Mahoning Valley Racecourse here on Monday. It is the 25th of November 2024. I'm going to look at the 10th race from Mahoning, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the 10th race from Mahoning, which is their meet feature. It is a Steel Valley Sprint. It's going for a purse of $300,000, race for 3-year-olds here. We have a field of 11 horses entered, but I believe the 11 horse Beckham Dano is going to be withdrawn and run next Saturday in the Cigar Mile, so we'll be down probably to a field 10 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the main track. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the number 8 horse Epic Ride. We're going to go 8-7-4-3 in the superfecta, 8-7-4-3 super. Top selection 8 horse Epic Ride. This 3-year-old colt by Blame John Enos trains, gets Morales up in the saddle. The horse's most recent race, first off, the long refreshing came on the 19th of October at Keeneland, 7 furlongs in the Grade 3 Perryville, and the horse finished third by a length that day. And he ran his heart out at 15.5, went off the bench. He sat back early, he closed up well from the stalking trip. He just kind of yielded before the wire, but he ran his heart out. I think second off the bench should be a lot fresher. He's definitely run races fast enough that could, that could do wonders here. I'm going to expect him to run an improved race and get the job done. He ran 2 back in the Kentucky Derby at Churchill, mile quarter, 4th May. He was breaking post 2020. He was basically the second also eligible, if I'm not mistaken. And he ran okay early on, but then he just couldn't stay in the mile and a quarter. He finished 14th by 23.25 lengths. He left to get somewhat good position. He was a little bit wide, but he ran well early on, but he wasn't winning the Derby there. And then the Bluegrass at Keeneland over the mile and the 8th of the 6th of April. He finished third by 5.25 lengths that day, and he was with them early on stalking, but then he just kind of yielded before the wire. Again, I just don't think he's a two-turn kind of horse. He yielded before that in the Battaglia Memorial Turf over the mile 16th, where he finished second by a length, where he was just wide again, not catching Encino, and like I said, wasn't getting the 2 turns. He won the Leonidas at Turfway around 2 turns over the mile, though, in 2nd of February, but he was basically the best horse on paper, and he basically won it in a drive, an all-around good race. His first 2 races sprinting weren't bad at all. He's training at Thoroughbred Training Center, some quick workouts. I think he can get the job done. The 7-horse world record for Rudolph Brissett and Flavia, and I think he'll win also. He won coming from mid-pack at Keeneland, going 6th and Ops 125 about a month ago, or actually 2 months ago now, where he won by a neck, closing it from mid-pack. He really took off clear with an 88 buyer. Prior to in the Allen Jerkins at Saratoga with the 7 furlongs, he finished 6th by 10.25 lengths that day, where he was just wide, never getting the good turn of foot that day, but he won the Amsterdam at 6.5 to 1, going away quite nicely. Coming here to the Midwest at 7-2, again, it wouldn't surprise me. Even the 4-horse Glengarry for Doug Anderson and Luis Saez, he hasn't been seen since his win in Lafayette opening day at Keeneland in the spring, where he won by 2.75 lengths going away. Before the 2-year-old, he wasn't running half bad. Coming here off the long refreshing, Doug Anderson doesn't have a lot of horses come off the bench and doesn't have the best numbers here, but this horse is training quite nicely. He might need a race off the bench, but I'll take a shot with him at 6-1, but I do think the other 2 are likely winners, but there's a very low to late pick 4 here, so I think you want to go heavy to end it off here. But to recount my selections now for the 10th from Mahoning, it is a Steel Valley Sprint. We're going to go take the 8 horse here, Epic Ride. Kudos to the 7-horse world record and the 4-horse Glengarry, 8-7-4-3 super, 8-7-4 in the multi-race. So let's please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.